Alright boys, in today's video I have ranked what I believe the current relevant units are in PvP. Well, relevant asterisk, you know, it's some are pushing it, and I'm gonna explain why I think that they're where they are. So first of all, this list is also made with like how strong is the unit, not the team necessarily, which is why I'm also still here, right? Just because I wanted to give them a little nudge, because else he'd be like here, but because you're only, well, a lot of units, this one right here is the exception, are only as good as their team is, right? If your team sucks, the unit sucks too, right? So Mael would be as bad as Margaret, but he's not. So I want to put him here to like show him some respect. But regardless, let's first start at the top. Obviously, Lancelot and Millim. Both of these are the ones that when you queue up into PvP now, and let's say the whole like screen didn't come up with like showing you their like first unit in like the CC, right? Imagine you got thrown right into the match. When you the first unit you look for is, oh, do they have Millim? Do they have Lancelot? No. Okay, well, you won probably, but that's the one you look out for, right? And that's the one you're playing around the entire time. And when you make a team, when you queue up with a team, you're like doing that with one of these two in mind, right? Now Millim has the advantage that she works with everyone, so her worst team is as good as the best units in the game, almost, and then her best team is the best in the game, right? Sort of, right? As good as it allows, because she is so universal, right? You just throw NANASHI backline, who's good with everyone essentially, and then you run LRDN, who's good with everyone. You run Gowther, because even though it doesn't even matter, he's unknown. Gowther could be a fairy, Gowther could be a human, it doesn't matter. Gowther just works well because he ranks up, and that's like the biggest damage increase you can get on Millim, who already gives herself so many stats. So Millim is just very easy. Her condition that you just have to use 2 cards on your team, like granted you're not getting hit, is insane, right? If they were to balance it properly, like if they were to re-release her now, it'd be like, oh, like it has to be 2 attack cards at least, right? In which case it would change the game very much so. If it wasn't not any 2 cards but 2 attack cards, it would change the team a lot, and something would be better. She's already broken though, so it's fine. But yeah, Millim obviously very easy DPS. She just works. There's no like hassle, no setup, anything needed for her to like dominate, really. It's just having like a certain key units, because like I did try her with the NANASHI backline, and then like the DK Meli and Escanor, and I don't know if I posted a video, but it didn't go too well. Okay, her damage was very lackluster. Okay, you do need some sort of damaging setup for her. It's not as, you know, as insane as we might have thought, but she is broken, right? Even though I love Lancelot, I will put her above Lancelot just because of how accessible her damage is. Now Lancelot has a better peak performance. If you have the fairy team fully built, you have them all 6/6, you have their outfits, you pick them up with gems over time, Lancelot will perform better than Millim. But the thing is, most people don't have that, and most people are on a human team, which is a lot worse than. So the human team is not even bad. It's just that the human team, like there's too much. It's too clunky. Essentially, if I had to summarize, it's too clunky. So that team doesn't work, even though it has a lot of good things going for it, right? They have the personal healing. They have Lancelot's damage reduction. They have Arthur. They have his AoE damage reduction that he can apply as well. They have the infect, they have the basic stats, they have the HP, they have the defenses, and they have the damage too. But it's just annoying to get to that damage on a team, and by the time you get to that damage, you've probably lost already. And if you haven't, then you won for free. Right? If you make it to like turn 3 of humans, you've won, I think, against any team in the game. But it's just really hard getting there without any sort of your strategy being messed up. So that's why they're not that good. Okay, but it's fine. I mean, they'll get better again. But yeah, Lancelot is absolutely insane. He just as Millim, he can essentially bypass damage cap, which is going to be really good for like the future in general, because that's something they love throwing on units now, right? And his damage is also like insane. He's very dupe dependent, so he's gonna get better as time goes on and people get more copies of him on future banners. At 1/6, no outfits, he's not as insane, obviously, but as soon as you get the dupe levels, you get him to like 3/6. That's when he gets like the first big jump, and then you get like 1 or 2 outfits. We get like a labyrinth outfit. We get like a hog pass outfit for him soon, right? Then he really starts to pick up and become god, right? The only thing that's annoying about him that Millim doesn't have is that his damage, although not gated by the arrows, is greatly enhanced by the arrows, and getting those arrows can be really annoying in a lot of teams and a lot of setups, even the fairy one. So that's like a weakness he has, right? Like his best turn is if you go first, the second turn, and if you go second, it's a third turn, which is like not good. Right? I see why a lot of people don't like him, or like not like him as much as I think they should. And it's because of that, right? The arrows being a lot of his damage, especially at lower investment Lancelots, like you need the arrows, is a problem, right? But I mean, he's still broken, and he's still someone you look out for immediately in the match, right? Like if you see him on an enemy human team, you're killing that guy first, or you're trying to. And I think he's also going to get much better with time, right? With new fairies, new Fokoas, new humans, he's going to just he benefits of everything they're going to be doing in the future. Redders are also a demon team, is really strong still. Like you can beat Millims very easily. I haven't seen them against Lancelot. I think Lancelot they can't beat, but they can beat Millim, which is, you know, it's funny. But the team is still really strong, right? This team hasn't like if you're a demon main, you like demons, you want to be the demon guy, you still can be. You'll be just fine. You can get the champ 1 very easy with Redis, Rosa, Demiurge, and Gowther, right? Which I can put Demiurge up here, and I will. I do believe he deserves it. This is not ordered, by the way. This is not ordered left to right. This is just, well, this one is, but the rest isn't. So yeah, but the rest was really strong. So I don't have too much to say about him. The team works really well. It flows very smoothly as well. Escanor is really strong, obviously. I mean, I don't really have to explain it either. It's just he's tied to like humans or sins right now, which both are in the best spot. And the humans are like they have too many options right now, so it's hard to make a coherent team, because you're like, oh wait, but like I'm so used to having this like aspect of the team on my team in form of this unit, or I need this for that unit. Like they're so well together. But it's like you get to a point where it's like, okay, human team would be insane if you could have 6 units on the team. Holy, that would be crazy. And the same name, and you can have 2 of the same name units and everything, right? Like they have a lot of options, they just don't have that combination that clicks. So I can't put Escanor up here, even though like he has the potential to be up here, right? Like just damage output wise is what he does, like burning the enemy, giving your team max HP damage, the whole like death on a single target, the AoE reducing their max HP. Like he has only good things going for him, right? And a damage cap turn 1, which helps him greatly against these teams. And then the attack rate stats he gets if the team dies, but he has damage cap and survives. Like he has only good things going for him, right? But it's the teams that are holding him back so much. Even though I said I'm like doing it ignoring teams, I still think that even with all that goodness, he's not on their level. Now he's close. If I had to order it, he's definitely like the closest one to moving up. And by the way, for like the 7 people that don't know, like GALAND is a joke. Don't worry, he's not on this list. Gowther is a CC bot that has a rank up and also cleanse on the same card, which is crazy. The cleanse didn't used to matter that much, but now it does, so that's good for him. And we know rank up is strong, one of the best abilities in the game. And like rank up is as good as the best card in the game, right? Essentially, because if you can rank up the best card in the game, then you've made the best card better, which means that you have the best card now, right? So like in a sense, rank up's the best card. I don't think so. I think people like overestimate it a little bit. It is like the top 3 though, right? Surely. Well, sort of. Well, with the cleanse it is. And the cleanse right now matters a lot, right? Because you have King Petrify. They can do a lot of like thanks to Millim, for example, if you run Gowther Millim. So it matters. And Gowther is really insane CC. I knew he had good CC, but like ACC is insane. Like why does he have, like I thought he had like 73 74k, bro, like 77k, like huh? King was okay when he dropped, not really, and then got worse, and now he's really good because of Lancelot. Lancelot like really ties together the fairy team pretty well. Also, this guy can work as a backline if you've watched my other video, because he still gets the basic stats and everything. So that's really good. I really like King. I don't really have much more to say, right? Heal is really good. Cleanse is really good. Petrify is insane. Guaranteed turn 1 petrify on someone, right? You can petrify the answer they can't stand up. You can petrify if they have a Gowther, you just petrify the Gowther, so you can't rank up or cleanse anyone. If you have 2 petrifies, you do the Gowther and you do the Millim, and then like, oh well, I'll lose now. Like there's so many like opening hands of this guy that just immediately win you the game, right? But fairies before were like, oh, you have King, and then like if you don't have a King card, you've lost. But now you have Lancelot, and it's like, oh, you don't have a King card, it's fine, he kills everyone. So it's good. And this guy also adds a bunch of survivability to the team, which the team already had, because you have Glocks, 30% defense rate stats, he lowers enemy crit chance and crit damage. He has Glock's commandment, which like cucks a lot of units as well. And then you have Elaine, who gives 60% crit defense. So if you've watched my video, when I get crit, I take less damage than when I don't get crit. And units like to crit nowadays, so you know that I'm just taking less damage. So it's really good. It's really good. The fairy team just has a lot of like really insane options. A lot of people don't have them like built or like leveled up. Like people haven't like invested their gems into Elaine outfits, right? People haven't invested their gems into Glock's outfits, and they haven't, you know, they probably don't have Elaine 6/6, and they probably don't have like the best UR gear for her if they're running ungeared. So it's like, I get why people like some might sleep on the fairy team, but it is arguably, in my opinion, the best team in the game right now. Diane is a universal spot. She goes into the best team in the game, in my opinion, the fairy team, right? And she also goes into the Millim team. So it's like you could argue that she goes here, and she's universal. She's never going to be like any team ever that doesn't have like an Escanor passive where it's like the full team plus backline has to have like certain race or anything. She can be a part of, because she just supports everyone. She gives attack rate stats, damage reduction, damage dealt. She has a taunt that lasts 2 turns with damage cap. There's not much more you can ask for, right? She has ult gauge reduction, technically, sort of. It's annoying, but like she does have it. So yeah, I actually will put another tier. I will put SS plus, and I'm just gonna move these guys up here because I actually think these are like worse, right? I think these are like, there is a cutoff. I think there is a cutoff, and then the cutoff is here, right? So I'm gonna be doing this, and there we go. So this tier, Thor is really good, and she's only getting better. She was kind of like out the meta for a while, but now with the way teams are like with Lancelot's team and everything, she's really good. With the way matches go, where they're really volatile, her like invincibility comes up a lot more. Obviously you'll need dupes for that, which people, I mean, mine's 2.6 and I'm saying that she's good, so I think that's probably a decent sign. I will be making a video on her because a lot of people won't believe me that she's really good right now still. But her damage is insane. Red DN existing is really good. Red Millim existing is really good. Red Gowther, red Subneck has a taunt, lets Thor build up her stuff quicker. She's meta right now, so like there's a lot of things that just like worked out really well for Thor right now in the meta. So she is really strong, right? You get her form, you do 2 cards, you've won the game every time. And getting her form is really easy. It's different at ungeared. She's a bit worse than ungeared, but this is a geared and ungeared list. And geared, she's a god. In ungeared, she's pretty good, so I'll put her here, right? So there you go. Meli is a case of good unit, no teams, because the demon team doesn't want him. You can run him over Demiurge and it's fine. It's completely fine, but it's they prefer red Esta and then these two, and then NANASHI backline, right? That's like the best setup right now. So having this guy, or like channel if you want more damage destruction, if you want to have some setup that is like a 2-turn kill against Millim, which is fine too. But this guy is really good, and I think a lot of people sleep on him, but it's just a team suck that he's on, right? Like Sins doesn't really like do what they used to do anymore. Getting his Black Corpse can be annoying against a lot of teams now as well. It's not as consistent as it used to be with Bond being everywhere, so you get the debuffs and you get everything like gifted to you for free. So he's kind of like whatever. Baldur's good on Millim. I don't like it, especially with Lancelot now. He's kind of fallen off with Fairy, like with King being here and just being able to petrify him like for free anytime he wants to. Is also kind of good. People start running Jury on human teams, or Yuri Jihad, yeah. To like cancel stands too. You know, he's not bad. He's in this tier. When I just bigged up Thor this much. He's in the same tier, but I think he's a little overrated. So I'm like underrated, but she's seen in a bunch of Millim teams. Has good CC. Has insane passive. Really good cards to use. And everything is good about her. Human team really likes his healing. Right now, that's really all I can say about him. Human team really doesn't like him, but he's strong, and he is strong enough to warrant making your team more clunky and less, like you having less options, right? Arthur makes you have less options because turn 1 you have to move a card unless you get a merge, which is going to be one in like 7 games. Unless you get a merge, you have to do the whole move 1 card and then only use 2, and that is annoying and it can cuck a lot of teams. And then the payoff isn't as great anymore. Like he's strong, but he's not that guy strong anymore when he's in his form, right? But the taunt is really useful. The cleanse every turn is really useful. He's good. Gelda is really strong, and just both of these, I think I can just say they're really strong, good AOE, decent single target. There's not much I can say. Like they're good. They're good. Everything they do is just nice, right? Now Fumi I haven't used, but I know he's not as tanky as he used to be. But he still has a revive, and Lancelot given 45% defense rate stats, and being blue, you can run blue Gowther and now Fumi. That might legit be a team. I will be running it. I will be trying it. But yeah, I mean, he's just here provisionally. I actually don't know if he's here, or if he's down 1, or maybe he's up 1, maybe he's up 5. You know, I don't know. Ban is also just getting better right now because Millim wants single target, like is bad against single target damage, and then like Lancelot and Ban is like a cool team, and it works fairly well. Like this guy has sort of come back. Fraudulent's always going to be some sort of meta. I don't think he's that crazy good right now, but if you play him, you will steal some matches from other people, right? Because a lot of teams have like some sort of taunt now, so if you want to get through them and you don't have like a king that can like remove it, or you don't have Yuri or something, then it's like you have to do an AoE to get to the other characters, and then you have to kill Fraudulent, and then you lose. So you don't do that, and then they get to set up for free, and then they kill you anyway. So it's like, you know, it is what it is. Tier's good. Really good with Millim. right? You take damage on any one of these, and then you go second, dodge food, you take any sort of damage, and then Millim just one-shots for free. Huge damage amp. Same with Narbal, huge damage amp. Mel is really good, but his team sucks. He doesn't want to use cards early because he wants other people to use attack cards to like build them up. She doesn't want to use cards early because she wants other people to use attack cards to build her up, and she doesn't want to use attack cards. So the Gowther's team right now is just like really annoying and doesn't work. And by the time it probably works, both of these have aged out like completely kit wise. But right now his kit is still good, right? Especially the Holy Relic. He just needs, like, if we get the unit, we get the unit. Percival's good, sucks up damage, really good against Millim. If your team would get one shot with Light Percival, it won't with this guy. Defense rate stats as well, which stack with Lancelot, which is really good. I really like this guy. He's also good backline. All right, worst case. So it's good. He's good. Consistent. Vittoria, good damage for Millim, and you know, fairly good, really good to see actually. This guy is an okay option on demons. You can win, but it's not like he's gonna be like impressive, like super impressive. I've seen her a lot more people use her. I've seen people on my Twitter, some Japanese people that are like doing top 100 stuff. They're starting to really warm up to her. They're also starting up to warm up to Ella Lilia, but I'm not putting Ella Lilia on this list. I think that's going too far. Wait, I think I did put it on the list. I did put it on the list, unless I'm blind. I did put it on the list. Where did I put her? I put her here. Yeah, that's right. That's accurate. Green Merlin is Ult Rush is always going to be an option, so I think I have to put an S. These are all units you can run, but I don't like her. Like, if you run Baldur, legit, you don't have to run her. She doesn't do that much. Like, she doesn't do that much unless you click stance with Baldur. And in that turn, it's like you don't, like, there's other units that they can just more. Like, legit just run Gowther. He does more, right? Like, she is so overrated. Run this guy, right? Run NANASHI backline and run this guy in the front, and you have all the extra defense and the extra HP that scales to be way more than what she provides. And then you still have a buff card for your Millim, for your Baldur. It's so like I don't know. But yeah, these are all, I don't think I have to explain. These are all like units you can run. I want to try this guy because I actually think him with Lancelot might be really good, right? I could go second team with this guy where they proc the shield. I can see it being pretty good. And then Eren is like a nice fun unit for like both of these, right? He works with both of these. She always have type advantage, so that's good for him. And a lot of the meta is red right now, so he works with him. So it's nice. And yeah, she sucks. And then these are backline units. They're ordered in how good I think they are right now and how relevant. So yeah, anyway, video's a lot shorter than I thought it was gonna be. Thank God. I thought I was gonna be here for 45 minutes. Obviously I didn't go into super depth with everyone, but I think people will understand. And let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your favorite team is right now. Maybe it's quirky, or maybe like let me know what you think a good team might be that I maybe not have like looked at yet. Whatever. Good job.